Good morning. Welcome to the Blue Fiber Tree. I'm Jeannine.
And I'm Kris.
Yay!
There we go. We're here.
We are here. Guess what? It's March. Crazy weather.
So?
But it's March 9th and it's daylight savings time. Spring ahead an hour.
Okay, well,
if
that
you haven't already done it.
That only helps if the groundhog goes away.
It's 6 weeks till spring no matter what.
I'm done with him.
Well,
whatever.
We're almost there.
I need it now.
According to the weather people, meteorological winter is over and we are into meteorological spring.
Easy
you say
for
that.
you to say. I can't say that word, so we're not even going to go there. No. I'm desperately in need of sunshine. It doesn't have to be warm.
Just to see the sun.
I need to see the sun, or I'm going to start living in a tanning bed. I'm like something's gonna. I am pasty, and I am sad, and I am ready for. I need like normalcy. Yeah. The winter was just very long this year. That's all. It was just very.
It was
long, cold, bitter winters that we haven't had in Ohio in a long time. Yeah, because we've been spoiled.
It's been a few years since we've had an actual winter where the snow comes and it stays for a little bit, and we've had the low temperatures. Now we're into March and we're doing the roller coaster game. It's 50 today, 20 tomorrow.
Rain, snow for 5 seconds. You're going to get all four
Ohio.
Seasons in one day.
Correct.
Now.
So you get to wear your parka, your sweatshirt, your
t-shirt,
and your shorts.
Yeah.
all in
one day. Only in Ohio. Twice a year.
Yep.
October
and
March. Like, okay, what am I doing today? How many outfits do I have to be prepared for? Or how many layers?
Yeah, so, yeah.
Yep. Today it's 3 layers for me because this morning is cold.
But
it's supposed to warm up.
Yeah, absolutely.
We'll see when I'm in the barn later in the studio dying and going, oh my God, I start stretching layers.
Well, that's the beauty of it. You can always strip down, you know?
Thank God for that.
Yeah. So, all righty. Well, we have a busy schedule. March is, the schedule is just like crazy stupid, but it's good because people are actually, they're coming out and playing, which is good to see. All right. So the first thing that we're going to do is a new macrame project that we are working on. And let's get you down here. Can you see that? Stop spinning. Tree of Life.
I have one of my own of these that was made for me by somebody special that hangs in my house.
Yeah, yours was a lot more difficult than this one, so this one's more easy.
Mine had beads, though.
Yours had like a whole lot of double half inches because you actually got individual leaves.
Oh, it was beautiful.
This is just
it is beautiful. It hangs in my living room.
So this is the macrame tree of life, and that is on the 13th, which is a Thursday from 10 to 2. If that doesn't work for you, it's going to happen again on the 29th, which is a Saturday, and that'll be from 10 to 2. So I've got 2 dates, one during the week, one on a weekend. And the first, so I kind of did a practice run with Erica. We did this, and because we were still kind of like in the design phase of this, it was a little more thinking of what the heck, how there's got to be an easy, no. So I figured it out the second time I did it.
Yeah.
So we're good.
There's a lot of patterns I've done where the first time you're like, oh my God, if it takes this long, we're never going to get it done. And then the second time you do it, like, oh, okay. All right. This makes more sense now.
So the first half hour, 45 minutes, you're going to learn how to wrap a metal ring.
Yeah.
And then we're going to do the tree. It's a lot of fun. So I don't want to call it beginners, but I don't want to call it you need to have. You just have to have knowledge of, square knots. There's no square knots in here. There are half square knots.
Right.
So it's all the twisty stuff that makes it look really cool. So and you're going to learn a lot of different techniques on how to join, like 3 together, 2 together, how to pull everybody in, how to do this and this part of it. It's just,
my hands hurt a whole lot. Just watching, just thinking about that.
Yeah. So I actually broke down and got 3mm braided cord instead of the 4
Yeah.
because with the 12-inch hoop, that's the size we need.
Yeah.
I didn't get to put all the branches on this one because I used too big a cord.
Yep.
I like
That makes sense.
I like my 4 millimeter cord. So
I do too. It's bigger.
yeah. So unless we were willing to do something that was more like
the 20-inch hoops, 18-inch hoops that
19,
they have.
18. Yeah, I have 19s back there, but yeah.
Yeah.
I didn't want one that big.
No.
So there you go. So that is the 13th from 10 to 2.
And we don't like Tree of Lives at all.
Exactly.
I mean,
yeah. Why would we?
You know.
The next session on the 15th, which is a Saturday from 10 until 4, is our beginners rigid heddle or basic rigid heddle techniques. And you're going to use the Ashford samplet loom. It's 10 inches. You're going to use my looms. You don't have to run out and spend a whole lot of money on something. I prefer you not, because unless you already have a rigid heddle, learn how to do it 1st. See that you like it, absolutely love it, and then we'll talk about the size that's going to be perfect for you to do whatever you're going to do.
Definitely talk about it.
Yes.
Talk about it. Don't be me and purchase the 10-inch and then turn around and purchase a 28.
Yeah, you have to really think about what it is you want to do. This is a sample of one of the patterns that's in the Ashford Basic Rigid Heddle book that they have. Their book actually takes you from the most basic through more difficult patterns that you can do on a rigid heddle loom. And this was one of the patterns I really liked. This one. This was my COVID project, was to work through that book, and this was one of the first ones that I did. But at the end of the day, you will have a scarf when you're done.
Yep.
So if you think, a scarf, it's March. You know what? You're going to learn the technique. Start next year's or this year's holiday gift giving early. Start making your projects and get the jump on it.
Absolutely.
And this was another project, and this was just scrap yarn.
I mean, for those of you that don't know, like, besides scarves, what you can make on a rigid heddle, I mean, you have to understand, you can do placemats, table runners, coasters,
blankets.
Like, it's absolutely endless. Cloth to sew with.
Yes, tea towels. You can even make baby blankets. There's so much that you can do because weaving is creating cloth. It's a material.
Yep. And a lot of people don't realize that.
Exactly.
Like they sometimes see scarf and go, well,
yeah.
But it goes so far beyond that.
It does. And I've actually had people get the 32, is it 32? The 32-inch, so they can create their own cloth and sew it into garments. I've had people do that.
Yeah.
So there's many uses for it. Weaving is creating cloth.
My friend Julie from Fresh Lotus Designs, that is, like, yes, she's an indie dyer, but she is, I think, first and foremost a seamstress and designer.
Right.
And she constantly, either on her like regular rigid heddle or on her
does she have a floor loom?
No, what is support
does she have a shibori?
I think so. Yeah.
Okay.
So on her shibori, I can never say the word right. Shibori loom, she does nothing but weave these tremendously beautiful pieces of cloth that she then designs jackets and skirts and oh my God, she had this one that she did last year, and it was like, it reminded me so much of this like kind of 60s, 50s, 60s. It was one of those like mid-thigh peg skirts.
Yep.
And then the top was like a sleeveless top, and it cowled like right here. I mean, it was gorgeous. And I admire anybody that can do that. Every time that I've made a piece of cloth, I like want to vomit when I go to cut it. Like, it's so scary to weave your own cloth, set the fabric, and cut it.
Yep.
Like, oh, it is. Because you're like, what if this unravels? Oh my God, I'm going to cry. But I'll have to ask Julie if when she goes to cut her stuff, if it still panics her.
Oh, it probably doesn't anymore if she's done enough of them.
She does. It's
because her intent is to spin the yarn to make the cloth to do the thing. And she does it all. So yeah.
God bless those people.
So March 15th, Saturday, 10 to 4. on the 19th, which is a Wednesday evening from 5:30 to 8, and the odd time because it's just basic needle felting and we don't need 3 hours. We don't
Yeah.
even need 2.5. But you're going to get yourself a ball of core wool. These are 4-ounce balls. You're not going to use anywhere close to this amount, but it gives you fiber to practice with. And we're going to take some felting tools, and I'm going to show you how to create balls, circles, 3-dimensional, and cones. And then you can create these wonderful things, 3-dimensional. This is the only workshop that is a beginner's basic needle felting that I teach that teaches you how to do 3-dimensional shapes.
Yeah.
So other than we actually have a project specific, then you're going to do this. So yeah. So that is that. And can you open up my calendar? Because I think I missed a workshop and I want to make sure that I get
It's a good
everybody.
thing I have my phone right here, friend.
So this is the 19th, which is a Wednesday from 5:30 to 8. And while she's looking for me, understand that any of these workshops, you actually have to sign up. Call me, get on the schedule.
So you're going through
It's good. Yeah, because I think the one I'm looking
board.
for, that was the week before.
Okay.
Yeah, that's the one I thought I was missing.
Okay.
So yes, you do need to get on the schedule because we are limited to space. So in the rigid heddle, I can only do 4 people. That's how many looms I have. Needle felting, we can take as many as we want.
Fill up the table.
Yeah, tree of life.
Yeah.
We start out on the table and then we end up hanging. So 8 at the most because there's 4 racks and we can do 1 person on each side. So that's how that goes. Needle felting as many as you want. One more workshop for the 2 weeks before the 23rd, and that is on March 22nd from 10 until 2. We might need a little extra time, but this came together real quick, and it is a hanging plant shelf. Can you see all this?
Mm-hmm.
And so this is what it's going to be on, is this 24-inch dowel. So it's a little bit bigger than what we had anticipated this to be, but this is so cool. And then right across here, there's going to be a wooden shelf, and these guys will go through that shelf to support it, and that's how you're going to get your hanging plant shelf.
It's
and then
so cool.
You hang it flat to the wall. So
shelf.
Yeah, shelf. And you
so
can,
cool. Obviously not out of cardboard.
Right. And depending on how big your plants are, you can get 3 or 4 across that shelf. So
Yeah.
it's going to be 6 inches deep. And probably, this is 24 inches, 16, 18 inch wide shelf on there. I have to do measurements so we can cut those final boards. But this is going to be fun. And the shelf is going to be made out of pine. So obviously this class is going to be a little more expensive because the materials we're using so much more. This is an entire roll of cording.
Yeah.
But I'll tell you what.
It's beautiful.
This was fun.
Mm-hmm.
And it came together so quick. You guys, it's square knots. So
square knots, double half hitches.
And that's it. And
some lark's head at the top.
Yeah. So you need to definitely practice your knots. Take that beginner's macrame workshop. And make sure that you have all those skills down for that project so that we can actually spend time.
It's a beautiful piece.
Working it. Oh.
The dyer in me wants to dip dye and make a little ombre thing, but I'm gonna refrain from doing so.
From doing that.
Yeah, unless when you're done with the class you want me to dip dye your piece. Just, in Longtail.
I think he does.
in Bob's Blue Sky.
Ooh.
We'll do a dip dye of Bob's Blue Sky, since I happen to have that color written down permanently.
Yes.
Somewhere. I won't swear to where that formula is at the moment, but I have it somewhere.
Yep. Oh. So that brings us up to the 22nd, which is a Saturday. Like I said, you need to really make sure that you call and get signed up for these workshops. Call me.
Because you got to cut cords.
I have to cut cords. We got to make sure that we have everything ready.
My least favorite part of when I was teaching macrame.
Yeah, well, I sit here during the day, and they're like, what are you doing? I go, cutting cords for this workshop. Still got room. Anybody want to play? And, yeah.
I was never so thankful when you were like, I have time to cut those cords if you want. I'm like, yes, you cut all the cords. See you later, bye. Gotta go dye yarn. Is that all for the 2 weeks for
That's
Longtail?
it for the 2 weeks for Longtail, and I know you've got some shows.
I do. So during the next 2 weeks, literally we leave in 3 days to go to the Carolina Fiber Fest. That is, let me get the dates right, the 14th and 15th of March, and it's our first time at that show.
Okay.
So I don't know what to expect.
You expect what you always expect.
I know. Well, you just don't know. I don't know what building we're in. I probably should have looked at the map already. I don't know what our booth is. I mean, and this is saying that they have it up. They may not have it up. I haven't looked at the...
You would think they'd have it up by now.
They probably do. I just haven't looked. I've been so busy. I haven't looked at the website in a few weeks-ish. But it was a late addition to our schedule. So I'm not teaching at that one.
Okay.
But I am really excited to go. My friend Julie is teaching. I don't think she's vending at that one, but she's teaching 2 different classes at that one.
Cool.
And then we come home Sunday night, and then we turn around and we leave the following Friday for Black Swamp, which is the 23rd in Bowling Green, Ohio.
So it's Saturday.
22nd, sorry. Yeah, we leave the 21st. It's the 22nd on Saturday from 9 to 4, I think.
Something
9 to
like
4,
that,
9 to 5, 9 to 4. I think it's 9 to 4. And that's in Bowling Green, Ohio. It's just a one-day show, but we're going from East Coast back to Mid. We're going to be all over the place this year. But those are the 2 that we have coming up that should be fun.
Yeah. And so it begins.
It began with Wild and Woolly, and then we got a nice little break, and we were like, oh, we've got 4.5 weeks between Wild and Woolly when we leave for North Carolina, and all of a sudden it's days away, and I'm like, oh my God. Like, time gets away from you.
Yep.
But, so that's really, besides us getting ready for the show, all that's on our plate for the next couple of weeks. I'm going to take a minute and we're going to talk about something. So, in our circles of people, in the knitting community, in the crochet community, we always talk about people being knit-worthy and crochet-worthy, right? She's laughing. Yeah, you're going to laugh.
I'm laughing because I know what she's doing.
Yeah. So, we kind of made a deal.
She made a deal.
Yeah, I did. I made the deal.
It wasn't me.
Me and the little me inside me made a deal with Stacy Allen, who runs Wild and Woolly. She has a massive affection for these ugly little creatures. Okay? Yeah. African flower tarantula. And I love Stacy with my whole heart. I'm not even close to done on all of these things. These are pentagons, hexagons, oxagons, and heptagonons. I don't know. I can't even pronounce the other word.
No squares?
No squares. And it's crochet. And see? Oh, nice pretty crochet.
Oh, you must really love her because that kills your hands.
Well, and I've been doing, so this is the first of the hexagons that I got through all the, hexagons, heptagons.
Pentagons.
I got through all the pentagons, minus the ones that still have ends. I've been trying to do my ends as we go along. Obviously, I didn't quite finish. But if I get these ends done, then all of my pentagons, oh my gosh, I should remember that since we have a pentagon, will be done. I got through my 2 octagons. I hate them, but that's okay. I may redo them. They're a little wobbly. I like the hexagons, but when I finish making all these stupid little things, I have to put them together. Does that look easy? I don't know what I was thinking, but I did this in trade. Yeah. Oh, yeah. So I did this in trade so that she would knit a sample for us for our booth out of one of our new colorways. Sounds like a great plan. Not.
You think you got the raw end of the deal?
I got the raw end of the deal. So, like, I only do a few of these a night. And as long as I only do a few of these a night when I'm sitting in bed watching TV, it doesn't hurt my hand. But, like, so these little guys right here on this one, this little ugly beast has fangs.
Mm-hmm.
And somehow, these two pentagons somehow roll and sew together and get stuffed to create two fangs. This big thing is one of those two things down there on this picture. Yeah, I'm not seeing it. The put together part of the pattern, sorry little guy,
okay.
The put together part of the pattern is 24 pages. I did say 24 pages. And
well, it's got good detailed pictures, though, I'm sure.
It better have. I haven't looked at them yet because I'm not Jeannine who looks at a whole pattern from beginning to end before she dives in and does something. No, I go, oh, I can make the hexagons. Oh, I can make that. No big deal. Had I looked further, I probably would have told Stacy to go pound salt, and I'd have made my own sample for the booth. Stacy, if you're watching, I love you very, 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 very much to the ends of the earth. But I'm very curious. Like, I understand, like, the back of the guy, like the body. I get how this goes. So some of it I can see, but the legs and the fangs, I don't know how you're going to wrap these big ass this is going to be the world's biggest spider, which, by the way, when I do finish before Stacy gets it, I will bring it back to show you.
Yeah.
Because it will be the first
and the last
only one of these type of... Okay, I lied because now I want to make a hippo for me. But that's okay if it takes...
Well, the hippo's different.
The hippo's just big round.
Yeah.
It's not all these little body parts. Yeah. These little creepy body parts. And so, for those of you that are thinking of crocheting or knitting something for a friend or in trade, look at your whole entire pattern first before you agree to that nice little thing to decide if that person truly is knit-worthy or crochet-worthy in this case. Because, Stacy, I'm having second thoughts about you. It's daunting. I'm at the point where I really only have about 25 more pieces to make.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm at the part where my brain has started to think about, oh snap, now I gotta figure out how to put this thing together.
You'll be fine.
I'm terrified, guys.
And you know, we have a person who can help you.
Rhonda.
Exactly.
Oh, Rhonda. I know you watch these. We're going to have a little fun session when we looked at the pattern. We're going to bring it in. We're going to lay it all across Jeanne's table and go, okay, everybody, how do I put it together? We'll have a planning session. It takes a village, my friends.
It does. Hand me one of those.
This is part of what started the whole thing.
Yeah, the granny squares.
That I fell back in love with crochet again, and it's against my doctor's better judgment.
So this is a really cool thing. It's called the Granny Square Card Deck, and there are 50 cards in here, plus a booklet to explain how to do these, and they're really nice.
They are.
So there's your booklet. It has hints, tips, tricks.
It's not just hints and tricks.
Well, it tells you how to read the chart.
It does, but every single stitch that they want you to make is also in there.
Yep, it tells you how to do all
fabulous
of them.
For in case there's one you've forgotten.
Then coming in the summer, which is actually May, they have another set which has flowers.
I'm looking forward to that one because I love flowers.
Yep, so those are on order already. But what you get is you get these cards, okay? These are nice cardstock cards. Right. These are heavy. And this is your number one. They're in order, numerical order.
Yep.
So this is your very basic granny square. And on the back, it has some notes and it has a chart. So everything is a chart. Okay? Everything is a chart.
I can read a crochet chart.
Yes.
I can't read a knit chart.
And then it also tells you how to do some joining.
Yes.
So if you've ever wanted to learn and have multiple choices for how to do the squares, this is awesome. And Bob was
It's
just
awesome.
looking, he was looking at the outside and he goes, I like that one.
Which one?
He likes this one.
Yes.
I like that one.
Yes.
That one and the one down on the other corner.
This one here?
Yep.
Now
one.
I got a whole bunch of cotton. And why I chose to do it with cotton, I don't know. I just wanted to work with cotton.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm working my way through the box. And then when the second box comes, I'm going to work my way through that box. And then all of those are going to go together to a blanket. And I'll probably like space the flowers in between everything.
You can make these different sizes depending on the yarn and the hook that you use.
Yep.
So it really doesn't matter.
Yep. That's
you
kind
can
of
make
what I'm
teeny
doing.
tiny ones.
No.
Or you can make bigger ones. You can do whatever.
I'm kinda
Worsted
in
weight
the
with an
middle.
H. Yeah.
What is that cotton over there that I got?
It's worsted.
That's worsted? Okay.
Mhm.
I'm doing a worsted. I
Yep.
don't know what needle I'm using. I don't think I'm using an H.
Okay.
Maybe I am.
You might be.
I don't know.
So it's a really cool, and I do have these in the store. I can get more. They got tons of them. I guess
They're awesome.
These are really cool. I had them at the show. Did I even sell one at the show? I sold one. The next week, I sold the rest in the store.
Was
That
it
was
people
it.
that were at the show that saw them? Or
No,
just,
well,
okay.
No,
Some of
some
them.
were, but it was just my regulars. Like, where'd this come from? I'm like, oh, I just got
It's like,
these.
oh, you just.
You
They're
weren't in
awesome.
here.
They're awesome.
So yeah, I've had to order a second. This is my second order of these, and I've got a pre-order for the other
well, you
ones.
know, if they are doing this and they did the flowers, you know, there's going to be something else coming.
I would hope
Like,
so.
I can't imagine that they would stop doing this.
Right.
Like, they must have intentions
right
to at least go for a bit, and that'll make my heart happy. But
I think it's cool.
it's nice because it's easy nighttime. Like,
Mhm.
my hands and my brain, just, I think, just to let that energy out of me,
Mhm.
have to always be busy.
Right.
So when I'm sitting at night, it's actually my letting the rest of that energy out before so I can actually sleep. And I like this because it's really no brainer.
Right.
You know, if I try to work on a knit pattern for a sample or something that late at night, I am ripping 10 rows
Yeah.
out the next day because I
Yep.
fell asleep. Craig said he walked in the other day. I was working on my sample, and he walked in. He had gotten up in the middle of the night to go to the bathroom, didn't pay any attention to me. He comes back in the room, and he said, I almost took a picture of you. He said, because you were laying back, your glasses were on the middle of your forehead, your hands were holding knitting needles, and you were just like this. And I went, oh. Well, I was trying to, he goes, and I didn't want to move you because I was afraid all that stuff would come off of those things. And I was like, oh, if all my knitting had come off those things, I would have a heart attack because I'm pretty good up in the second half.
Right.
So, yeah. Apparently that's how they're going to lay me in my casket. My glasses in the middle of my forehead and my knitting needles on my chest. But, so, yeah. But that is what's going on.
Yeah, absolutely. So again, please call me.
Mhm.
Let me know that you want to take any of these workshops so that we can prepare ahead. And if I have to do a second session of any, I will. We'll find the time. I'm here. So absolutely. So yeah, I'm really excited about the plant shelf hanger. I can't wait.
I want to dip dye that thing so bad it's not even funny.
You know it's cotton.
I know I have the dyes to do it.
Okay.
I might have to do some reformulating.
Mm-hmm. It's pretty cool though.
Yeah, I love it.
Alrighty. Anything else?
No, that is it. I am good. Follow us on Facebook, Longtail Knits, Alk&Me. Go to our websites, longtailknits.com, alk&me.com. You can find us on Instagram, and then you can find the Blue Fiber Tree on Facebook.
And YouTube.
And YouTube. There we go. Well, obviously, they're here.
Yes, and please like and share. We're at over 1,700 subscribers.
Get out.
Yeah.
I stopped looking.
When I post the videos,
Yeah.
I see how many subscribers
I
we
stopped
have.
looking just because I don't want to know. I don't
I think it's cool.
I know, but I don't want to be like, oh, we're going to get there. Oh, we're doing that. I'm just going to enjoy what we have.
Yeah.
That's where I'm at.
And it's so cool because it's that thing that keeps us going to do this. Because we like showing you the things that we're creating
Mhm.
and having fun with, and letting you
Yes.
know all the fiber shows and things that you can go to.
Yeah. And I don't know
And
where you're at in this world, but if you anywhere near North Carolina, come see us.
yeah, she's all over now. Whereas I'm here,
I know. She gets to be here at the store
I'm
and
grounded.
yeah, and we run all over the country like maniacs.
Yeah,
Which is
absolutely.
okay.
And we have fun at it. So,
Absolutely.
all right, well, we're going to get going.
We'll see you in 2 weeks,
Yeah,
guys.
you guys have an awesome Sunday. And
hopefully when we see you next time, it's much warmer.
yes, and don't forget to switch your clocks.
Yeah, do that. We'll
We'll
talk
see
to
you
you guys
soon.
soon.
Bye.
Bye.